Hey everybody, so my name is LaPrecious and welcome to my page channel, whatever this is called. Let's talk with LaPrecious. So I'm going to be talking about destiny swapping today. So this is going to be our spiritual talk topic today. So a lot of people on social media have been talking about destiny swapping and what it is. And in my opinion, it is a tad bit confusing as to how people talk about it and how people describe it and how people even define it. But destiny swapping is this. Destiny swapping is when there are things that are meant for you that are not given to you and that are given to someone else by way of favoritism or by way of, I don't even want to say jealousy, because a lot of people say what's meant for you is for you. But sometimes what is meant for you can be tampered and stolen from other people or by other people. Because nowadays we have this thing about moving in silence, not telling people your dreams, not telling people your goals, not sharing your future goals with people, not telling people what you want, not telling people your desires, and not spilling the beans on what you want or what you want to accomplish or what your dreams are. And and it just doesn't make sense when people say, what's for you is for you, and then people can take your blessings or snatch your blessings, or people can, plot against you and make it so you can't get what's meant for you or you can't get what's destined for you. Because it is a known fact that within the spiritual community and within the magical world, there is a lot of tampering that goes on. And that's why awareness is important. That's why spiritual protection is important, and that's why moving in silence and moving in secrecy and not sharing things with certain people or really with anybody is important. So, I'm going to give the definition of what destiny swapping is and how to prevent it and how to recognize it when you see it about to happen to you or to someone else. So, destiny swapping is this: when it has been predestined for you to receive a house, a car, a man, a job, a baby, or whatever inheritance that you're supposed to have by a certain age is tampered with by someone who is jealous of your destiny, by them not teaching you properly, by them not raising you properly, by them not guiding you properly, or by them simply not allowing you to grow or allowing you to learn or allowing you to develop into the person that you need to be in order for you to receive what's been ordained in your destiny. I hope that makes sense. And then the other part of you not receiving what's destined for you or destiny swapping is when someone throws a monkey wrench in your plans and makes it so someone else can get your blessings or someone else can get your inheritance instead of you. And we see this a lot of times happen with favoritism, because in life, we cannot give everything to ourselves. Some things in life will come from us just simply being who we are, developing at the rate that we develop, hitting those milestones and hitting those goals along the way, and just automatically receiving things throughout time, because now we've become attractive to those things that are destined for us. So now we're a magnet for those things to come to us and attach to us. Or once we're in the right stage or the right level or at the right notch of life, that's when those people and those things start coming to us that's been ordained to us. So, when you are destined for those things, people, whether we like to believe it or not, may see you as someone who is unworthy of having those things, or unworthy or invaluable of having those people and having those things in your life. So they start to tamper with you. People can do this, number one, by magic or by spirituality. You guys know I'm a magical person, I'm a spiritual person. When people are jealous of you, they can throw the evil eye at you. When people throw the evil eye at you, they can make you tired, they can make your head hurt, they can make you sick, They can make you confused, discombobulated to the point where you're now focusing on that sickness or that illness and you're no longer focused on your goals. Another way people can hinder you from receiving your destiny or your blessings that is a part of your path is by favoritism. In life, people don't think that we're worthy of good things or that we're deserving of good things. So, what they do is that when they know that we're a hard worker, when they know that we are a wonderful person, we're a good person, and we know what we're doing, and we're equipped for the title that we deserve, equipped for the raise or the promotion, they choose not to give it to us because we're not the color that they want us to be, or we're not the nationality they want us to be, or we're not the personality that they desire, or sum it all up, we're not their preference or their type. So they feel as though we're not worthy of the blessing that we work so hard for, or we're not worthy of the reward that we work so hard for. So that's destiny swapping. Because if a person is in a place of authority where they have your blessing or they have your reward in their hands, and if they see you as invaluable or unworthy of achieving or of having this reward or having this blessing, and they choose to give it to someone else based off of type or based off of looks, image, or preference, or whatever the case may be, that's destiny swapping. Because when there are things that are meant for you, and you have people in places of authority that have been chosen to give them to you, and it's not being given to you because of you simply being who you are, that's destiny swapping. Because now what was a part of your plan or a part of your destiny no longer is because it's been given to someone else. Because in life we live by a lot of these cliches, and we live by a lot of these rules and regulations and spiritual beliefs. Because the most popular one is what God has for me is for me. What's meant for me will come. What's ordained for me will come. And, da 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 da. But at the same time, if you're under the wrong leadership, or you're under the wrong authority, or if you're under a corrupt boss, a corrupt leader, or authoritarian figure, you're not going to get what's meant for you, because we can't always receive blessings on our own. Sometimes you have people who have been ordained to give us what we're supposed to have. And sometimes people do us a disservice because they either get jealous and they don't like the fact how we have something that they feel like is more worthy for somebody else to have, or more deserving of someone else to have. Or people feel as though we're not worthy or we're invaluable of having what we're supposed to get because they don't think that we're the right person to have what is destined for us, or to have what's meant for us. And I want to say with authoritarian figures, I'm not just speaking in the physical sense. Hello, Daria. Okay, I'm not going to be too focused on you because I don't know if you're a real person or a bot. So I'm going to keep talking. But there's not only authoritarian figures in the physical world, but you have authoritarian figures in the spiritual world as well that can block your blessings, that can block your accomplishments, and that can block your rewards. And you have to be careful in the spiritual world because there is a hierarchy in the spiritual world. You guys know that I practice Santeria. You guys know that I practice Haitian Voodoo. You guys know that I practice the Dominican Republic. Oh, well, thank you for the compliment. So, when you practice these belief systems, you know that there's a hierarchy that comes with it, and there are different powers, there are different rights, and there are different freedoms that come with each level of initiation, with each title, with each role. When you have a certain rank and a certain power, you do have a lot of freedom in the spiritual world where the spirits will move when you say move. And you have to be careful with that because if you're in a place where you are initiated, but you're not a high priest or a high priestess, you can be preyed on and you can be ruined, and you can Oh, hey, Daria. I'm just speaking to you and whatnot, but I'm just doing a video right now. But of course, people can comment and talk, during the live or whatever. But back to what I was saying, when you are initiated into these different belief systems or different religions, if you are in a position where you're not a high priest or a high priestess, you can be preyed on magically. You could be preyed on spiritually by people who are a high priest or by people who are a high priestess. And that's why it's important that when you're a spiritual person, to guard your heart, to guard your head. Because in the spiritual world, the best way for a person to be hexed is through their head and through their heart. And when you're initiated and when you've been initiated the right way and properly, you will be guarded and you will be protected from certain attacks, but not all. So, if you come across, a high priest or high priestess, very nasty, very mean, very vindictive, or someone who's very evil hearted, wicked, and nasty, and they just don't like it when people get stuff and they don't, or they feel as if they're God and they feel as though other people should be blessed with certain things and not you, they could put stuff on you. They could put curses on you. They could put blockages on you. They can do separation spells on you. They can make it so you can never get a job, never get money, never get love. You'll always be sick. And they can even make it so you will always have to depend on someone as if you're a slave. So a lot of the stuff that we see, like in movies, like The Mummy, like if you guys remember the Mummy movies that came out like over 20 years ago, where you had Evie and O'Connor, when you look at those movies, those movies are spiritual. In ancient Egypt, they were very spiritual. When it comes to like the Egyptian gods, like Ra and Isis and um, I want to say Ra and Isis and Osiris, those were real spirits. Those were real gods. And if you're a spiritual person, then you know what you know. When you see these movies, everything is understandable. Reincarnation is real, karma is real, possession is real, eclectic, not, I don't want to say eclectic, but astral projection is real. All of those things that happen in the movies is real. And people do know how to open you up spiritually, and they know how to steal things from you spiritually. But if you don't have the right type of protection on you, those things can be taken from you. So if you're in the spiritual world, in the spiritual community, and you're a part of these different, spiritual beliefs, it would be wise for you to go to a high priest or a high priestess that you trust and get a certain level of protection on you, where people cannot do readings on you, where people cannot do spells on you, and where people cannot hurt or harm or hinder anything that you have going on. And yes, sometimes these rituals or these ceremonies and these spiritual workings can be very expensive, because you have celebrities who have these types of things performed on them. So if then you know what I'm talking about. So you have to be protected. So that's pretty much my definition of destiny swapping, because you have a lot of people who, people have their own definitions of what destiny swapping is. And people, everybody's belief system, everybody's words are different. But to me, it just sounds like a lot of people talking, and I'm not saying this to criticize people or anything like that, but when it comes to destiny swapping, that's what it is. Your destiny can be swapped magically and spiritually, because when people have a certain level of authority and when people have a certain level of power, they know how to abuse it. And if you get under the wrong people and if you get under the wrong ruling, you can get pretty messed up where you won't be able to get nothing. You can go from being ordained and destined to being the most richest, successful, most powerful person in the world, and now you've been reduced to being somebody's maid or somebody's assistant or somebody's servant. And you don't want that to happen. So please be mindful of the people that you get under as bosses, as tutors, as mentors, as guides and whatnot, because people can prey on you if you're not protected good enough, and if you're not wise enough, and if you don't have a strong intuition or strong discernment, and they can swap your destiny to the point where you can go from being destined to have riches to now you're just being destined to being poor and being impoverished. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live, enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, leave positive comments in the comment section, and have a good day.